Hi there, I'm doing the video today. Yesterday I had such a bad migraine that I couldn't even see. I had that red line over my eyes that is pulsating and it's impossible to even think. But here we go. I am showing you this is, I uploaded some more things and created a new link yet again. And here is how I work the old ways, and that is when you see 1 to 5 degrees there and you have Vehuia, Vehuel, and this is the first of Aries. And for every month, even if it says like this, here we have Taurus and it says 31 degrees, that means that is the first day or degree of Taurus. And same with Gemini there, that it says 61, but it is the first degree. And one thing that is very good for you to know is that if you have your natal chart from astrology, you will see how many degrees you are in different houses and planets, and that will also give you the degrees of what you are connected to by birth in many ways. The strongest, of course, are the sun, moon, and rising sign. And in the old days, they focused more on the rising sign. And I'm a Scorpio, so I have Vevalia on my birthday there. And then I have Nememia as my rising sign. That is the one that affects me most in the old texts. And then I have Hesiel as my dark moon in Taurus. And then, of course, you have all the other things that are in your chart. So there is a degree and an angel for everything. And that also goes for the more darker spirits, let's say. I don't think they have written about it, but I use that way when I've been asked to help people who are. So I go in with a degree, since that is the strongest day, and help them to banish or to bind or something. And this goes around. And I also wanted to tell you why I didn't write out all the Latin verses, since they are found in Bible Hub, and I found that app later on, and I don't speak Latin. But at first I always use the Hebrew psalm. That's what I use in my daily things. When I go to the second or third, the second is King James and the third is Vulgate. Those are the psalms usually black magicians use to conjure up demons. So for my daily work, and since I'm not particularly interested in the demons either, so I call on the Hebrew always. But if there is a spiritual war or a fight going on and you are going to help somebody who is affected by a demon, that's when I go in to the King James and Vulgate. And I don't speak Latin, but there is something that the demons listen to it when you walk around, and the angels are different when you call upon them with different psalms. It is just like they know if I use that psalm, they know that now I'm aware of something is happening and I'm trying to help somebody, so they come in their warrior aspect more. And that's a great difference to know. And so on. So here we go with that. And here is my short list that I created, I think it was a year ago. And all these have, on my Shem Angels playlist and the Dark Magic or something that is called, you just go through my playlist and you will see them. And these are the notes from each of the videos. So here is my short, like healing injury, sickness, relief, faith, spirituality. And just like a short, if I have a migraine and I need to answer quickly, I use these. And here we have all the list of the angels. As you see there, it starts with Aries, Taurus, and it goes on. And here we go. And then I have, here we go into Goetia and the Theurgia Goetia. And we have the planets and the old metals, incenses, and so on, and binding times. when you're working with demons, you want to bind them or to remove them, or some use them for helping them, but I wouldn't. I don't trust demons at all. They are very good at giving you what you want and then they take it away, and that is not something I recommend for anyone. But I had a lot of demons in my life since I was cursed by my... When you have a mother who curses you, that's the most strongest curse there is, so that is something that I had to go through. But that's taught me a lot, and also one thing, that you can't trust demons. They always fail in the end when the magician goes weaker with age. Then the demons take over completely, and then they come and go in their life. It's not that they are possessed and so on, but they afflict and change their personality a lot, and that was very hard for me to watch for more than nearly 50 years. Seeing that personality change when demons are involved, and them doing everything, and the behavior, appearance, the speaking, everything changed. And then by the laws of the doctrines of the church, you can't even ask for an exorcism or do anything against your parents, so you are bound by that. So I couldn't remove them through that promise and following the doctrines. A child can never do something for the parent. There's just parental authority in the Bible, so that's one thing. So, but then there is also, when my priest blessed me, there is that when I was 6, he accepted me, since once the child knows what is right and wrong and is clear about what it wants, then you can give a special permission and go through that. But otherwise, it is under their parents. And sadly, there are so many parents who are forcing their children. They don't even realize. They think it's a game, and they promise their children as a sacrifice, or that they will work and follow the hereditary path like I was supposed to do from my grandmother and mother and aunt. And then I refused. So there was that war from the time of before I was 3, I started to know. So I was always fighting against that, and that is sad. And one thing the demons like to do is to ruin and spoil families. So when you have a lot of anger and spite, revenge, and all these things, that there is never harmony, that is usually a demon affecting a family. There is no peace, there is no love, there is that constant weird feeling that something is off and nothing is true. So I was joined at the hip with my father, and we stayed away from her, but since she had free will, she could do whatever she wanted, and we couldn't do much about it. And my father was of the military, and he was taught, and my grandfather was, so that there is that honor, duty, will, and that is something that he made a promise when he married, and he was bound by that promise. But then he also had me, so he protected me, and he helped me to start working with angels, finding a priest and so on. And in a Protestantic country that is difficult. There was one church, one Catholic and one Orthodox church. So he had to travel far and get me into the right, same as with the shaman who helped me as well when I was about 2 or 3 years old, when I fell into a coma. So there was all these struggles that come along with demons, and I don't understand people who have family who are summoning up demons, especially if they are beginning. They buy the books telling people, oh, it's completely safe to work with demons. No, it is not. And I don't mean that they are so scary and horrible and like those when they take drugs and see the demons that way. I mean in that way that a little bit of the demon stays within your heart and soul and in your body and in your home. And for every time you call upon one, it becomes stronger and the hold gets stronger. So it might just be that you start to feel more greedy, you start to hate, you start to become angry. And these can take even up to decades to develop. But the demon gets what he wants in the end, and that is horrible to see. And so it is just like it's a battle that goes on forever. In many ways, and that's why they always use so much protection and things, and oh, we need this to protect ourselves, we need that ointment, we need that and that and that, and in reality, when you work with angels, you don't need anything. You can use whatever it is, and to know that they are there to protect you. And I usually do the simple Kabbalistic cross, since I just invoke the angels or call upon them. I don't banish them, they are free to come and go as they please, and I don't use any protection. I trust that the angels will look after me. Since if you do a lot of protection, then in a way you are showing the angels that you don't trust them and you don't trust God. So that is something you have to find out for yourself. And something I've been approached by people is that they are using, let's say, genius spirits or some other spirits there as their protection, and then they are not getting anything from the angels. And that is, why should an angel come to you when you are working with lesser spirits to protect you? This is just a question. If you need protection, use the angels. And the other things, it is just like, well, it's up to you, but it is just that there is not so much work. People can have, but they also need, if you are going to connect to your genius spirits, you need to do a 6 months ritual as well. So, and you have a good and a bad, if we say it like that, and so on. But I wouldn't use genius spirits. They are not angels, and so to use anything less than angels is something I wouldn't do. It's different if you work in a different magical system that you don't call on the angels, then that is fine. But if you want to work with the angels, then there is that they go up high, and you can't use these lower things that are dimming the light. And I just know one thing, that like I had an attack one night, and Uriel came so fast. I didn't even have time to think in that attack when you are paralyzed that like Uriel, Raphael, Michael and Gabriel come and help me. I didn't even have time. He swooped down so hard that I just jumped out of bed, and it goes so instantly when they make their appearance. They just take that away and it's done. And I just say, thank you, God, and thank you, Uriel, and just went back to sleep. So this is the thing that I hope that you will find through working with the angels, whether you meditate or pray or so on. And for me, these are the strongest way to connect to them. I worked from the time I was somewhere around 10 years old. I worked with the degrees. That one day of the 5, it was every angel. And you can work 10 days with 2, if you prefer that, to really connect to them. And or you can work 1 day during the 5, and that is up to you. And you can ask me questions and everything, and I will be happy to answer. So everything of this is uploaded, and we have all the videos in the playlist. Everything is there if you need more guidance, and then I'm of course answering all that I can. And then in the description boxes of the old videos, when I truly fill them out, I put in all the manuscripts name, as you can see here. Let's see, where was that? Well, they are somewhere, I can't see them right now. But they are always mentioned in the videos, and like here we have manuscript 3825, and that is free on internet. Go to the British Library, the French Library, or other things with esoterical manuscripts. You have digital things, and then you have microfilms, and so on. And that's the way I did it. I did it in the libraries since internet wasn't a thing back then in the 80s, and then I just wrote it down and worked it. There is a second thing with the demons that they are using too, but this is the one that is most common to use. And I don't... So nearly every book, modern book, is based upon that list that I did, and I don't pay much attention to the demons anyhow. If they are using a different method that are in the old grimoires, that is a newer system, and then if something happens and you want to help somebody who summoned up a demon, you ask the angel and ask, are you the one, or do we need to call on some other? And they adjust that. Trust me, they do. So I hope this inspires you, and I will post a link in the video and on the community tab yet again. And I love you all, and I missed you so much yesterday. Bye for now.